All right, all right, all right. So when did you start singing?
I was singing from very young age,
Mhm,
been
mhm.
singing for 9 years old.
All right, all right. Who inspired you to sing, especially this reggae music?
Well, reggae music is something a part of my community, so
Mhm.
it's very easy to, be a part of, wanting to sing along and stuff like that is heavily played in the ghetto and stuff like that. So um I from a young age I like to listen to Shabba Ranks and Bounty Killer and Beres Hammond, Dennis Brown, so I've always been into the hardcore part of the music, you know what I mean? So I truly became more interested in it and start to sing for myself or as I get older. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Those they are singing lovers of rock music.
Definitely.
I can hear love and affection. Some of your songs there. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah, man. So, when did you realize that you have maybe when you were growing up, you just sing for the sake of singing, but when you grew up, when did you realize that you have the potential of being a reggae singer?
Well, my friends, my friends would always tell me like, you should do it. You sound good because I always used to sing everybody's music
All
and
right.
sound good doing other people's music.
Okay.
Sometimes I would try to sound exactly like an artist,
Mhm.
so, because that's how much I love the music. And my friends would always be like, you should do your own music. You should do it, So I already had the support of my peers around me
Mhm.
from a long time, you know what I mean? So like I said, it was easy for me to do that because I felt like I pleased my peers, I pleased my family. When they hear me sing, they always were delighted. So I felt like maybe that would be my calling.
All right. So were you still at school at the time?
Yes, 17 years old.
All right. How many albums do you have at the moment?
9.
Nine albums.
Correct.
And you have many singles, of course.
Many, many, yeah.
Many singles. All right. So do you still remember your first album there?
My first album is The Pressure Is On.
Pressure?
The Pressure Is On.
Oh, the pressure is on.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was
All
the
right.
name of my first album.
Your first album. And your last one?
My last album, Heights of Greatness.
Height of Greatness. All right. All right. So were there other friends that you were singing with at the time?
When? Like in the early?
Yeah, early before you take a solo.
Yeah, I was a part of a group. We call ourselves the Star Lion Family,
Mhm,
and we were very popular in the island, in the
mhm,
Virgin Islands. You know,
mhm.
um, we used to open up shows for everybody that came there, every show that came there, like Sizzla, Buju, Sean Paul, you know, like to mention a few, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Capleton, enough shows. Any show that came to the island,
Mhm.
we were always, the people were always like, yo, you should have Starlion Family on it. So, I got my recognition from doing it in that time.
Okay. I don't know more much about the Virgin Island. How far is it from JA or from America? Where is the Virgin Island actually? It's in the
Virgin
Caribbean.
Islands it's a very, very small, if you look on the map, you probably
Mhm,
may not see it on the map. Um,
mhm.
it's right next to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Um, It's it's from Miami, it's 2.5 hours flight. Um, from Jamaica, you still have to go through Miami, so
Okay.
it's still the same amount because you would have to fly from Jamaica to Miami to get to the Virgin Islands. And it's crazy because Jamaica is really more closer to the Virgin Islands than America. but because of the way the colonial system and the whole passage, the way they have it set up, you know, you have to go
You have to go
back to the
via
US to
Miami
come back to the
and
Virgin
come back
Islands.
to
You know
the
what I mean?
island.
So you know they make things very difficult for our for the Caribbean people and African people to really connect, you know, through the islands because they're all colonialized and you know every island seems to be representing a different nation, a different country. So you know we're all separated, even though we're all one. You know.
All right, all right. So, are there any other reggae singers that are there in the island
Oh, of
besides
course,
you? Besides
of
you,
course, of course.
of course. Okay.
Come on.
All right. So, which other artists have you made a collaboration with
In my island, from my
in your
island.
island, even in JA? Because you talked about Barry Salmon, Sizzler, Anthony B, and other heavyweights there. So, are there any other artists that you have made a collaboration with?
Yeah, of course, Anthony B. You know, so many artists. I can't begin to start
All right.
listing, but
All right.
it's quite a few.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
All right. So, when did you make your first visit to Africa?
My first visit to Africa was in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Where to?
traveled to Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Yeah,
All right. So, when was your first visit to South Africa?
it was this year in March.
In March.
Mhm.
So, you're coming back again?
Yes,
Because that's where I'm going. So, there'll be that benefit concert that is there in Soweto. The big,
yes,
yeah, we're talking about it every now and then.
yes, man. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
I can't
So,
wait. I
how
can't
did you
wait.
start it? How did you begin to start doing that, man?
The
What
you
made you
talk
to do that?
the benefit concert.
Yeah.
The love, bro. You know, the love is real. You know, first time being in South Africa. You know, it actually felt like the first time being in Africa. Period.
Mhm,
You know, even though I traveled to Ethiopia before,
mhm,
it was nothing like landing in South Africa and feeling the love from the people. You
mhm,
know, that is something I've never experienced in my life. You know, I believe that um, Africa has been calling for me for many years, and I've traveled all over the world and over, repeatedly traveled to other countries.
mhm,
And one day I was like, why am I not in Africa? You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm.
Why am I always in Europe? And the music I sing is not to liberate European people, it's to liberate Africa.
True, true,
So why am
true.
I not in Africa? Why are you know, sometimes I'll be like, why is the promoters in Africa not calling for Pressure Busspipe? Am
Mhm,
I popular in Africa? Does Africa really love Pressure
mhm,
Busspipe? You know,
mhm,
so it's always been questions for me over the years, but coming to South Africa, it changed a lot. It brought a lot into perspective. Like, you know, there's a hidden fan base out there for Pressure that
mhm.
I needed to go and see for myself and
Yes.
not hear about it, but actually go and see for myself. And I must say, South Africa has to be my second home. You know, it has to be my second home. The love is real. I feel like I'm truly amongst my brothers and sisters. You know, um, it's a spiritual energy. I can't explain it, but
Yes.
I felt like this benefit concert is needed. You know, spend one time in South Africa, and already I felt like I wanted to give back the love. You know,
Mhm,
I felt like you know I want to bring and share with South Africa, and not just come and take from South Africa. And you know, it's like
mhm,
for me, it's something very special. So I felt like okay. You know, I came here to do a show, you know, and there was a lot of people there, there's a lot of support. You know, I was paid by the promoters. The promotion, everything went very, very well. Big up to the promoters, Lioness Productions as well, you know. And I just felt like, you know, like with this kind of love I receive, you know, I have to balance it somehow. I have to bring back the love to South Africa.
Yeah.
So it happened quick. Yeah.
All right. You're working very closely with Empress Pro on this benefit concert.
Most definitely. Big up
Yeah,
to
man.
Empress Pro.
Yeah. Now, how did you choose? Is it you who chose the artists that are going to perform there on that benefit concert?
Well, I know of some that I of course I've worked with in March at
Yeah.
at my concert.
Mhm.
So those that I connected with, I definitely told Empress Pro to reach back out to them. I would love to have them on the benefit concert,
All
you
right.
know. And of course, I don't know all the artists in South
Yeah.
Africa. So
Yeah.
Empress Pro, she was the head of that,
Yeah.
and trying to gather all the ones and the family to be a part of the event. So, you know, definitely have to give the props to Empress Pro
True.
for being the soldier on the ground to
Mhm.
put all this work together, you know. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm truly grateful. Give thanks.
All right. I like that connection between South African reggae artists and those who are there in the West, our brothers, which are in diaspora. So I want to know which artist, is there any South African artist that you have made a collaboration with, like
None so
Skeleton
far,
Blaze and others?
not yet.
Not
You
yet.
know, yeah, works to come. I'm looking forward to working with the artists them. So definitely, maybe this trip to South Africa we could make some collaborations.
All right. How do you hear the message from our brothers here when you just listen to the message?
It's truths and rights, you
Okay.
know.
Mhm.
You hear the pain, you hear the struggles, you hear the happiness. You know, we're all connected. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a powerful vibe. It's a powerful energy.
Yeah, man. So is there any thinking from you that says maybe one day you'll come back home and stay here in South Africa? Because you seem to be in good spirit when you are here in South Africa.
Very good spirit.
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah, so I'm thinking down the line, years from now, it
Mhm.
could be now, it could be years from now,
Yeah,
but
man.
I see myself um really setting myself in South Africa, you know,
Mhm.
getting myself some property
True.
and a place, a home, a place
Mhm.
that I could always have when I come to South Africa. Because
Mhm.
even if I'm not doing any concerts or anything like that, I
Mhm.
still see myself traveling to South Africa
True.
to easy to find peace and just relax. You know what I mean? And all a
Mhm.
meditation. So definitely South Africa is it for me. Yeah.
Let's hope for that. We can't wait to see our brothers from the West coming back home to South Africa, my brother. So, have you? Which places have you been there in Europe besides Africa?
In Europe,
In Europe now, yes,
everywhere.
everywhere
Um,
there,
everywhere in
from
Europe.
Italy, Great.
Italy, Greek,
eh,
everywhere.
All right.
I've performed everywhere. You know what I mean? In
Okay.
Europe, especially
Uh,
Germany, France, Italy,
mhm.
Spain, Austria, Poland,
All right.
Norway, you know,
Mhm.
Denmark,
Mhm.
yeah, you name it, Amsterdam, Belgium,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so when you come and perform here in South Africa, do you come with your band or you just come alone?
No, I travel with couple other artists that I'm bringing from the Virgin Islands with me
All
to
right.
perform.
Okay.
This concert in Soweto will
Mhm.
be on tracks, and this will not be a band concert like the first concert,
All
and
right.
it's because there's so many acts, and for me, there's I have a lot of music that I would like to perform for the people,
Okay.
and I believe having a band, even though I love working with bands, I believe that it will limit the amount of songs I'm able to perform.
Mm,
Because if it was a band, the band would have to learn all this music,
mhm.
versus the tracks. I could just play it and be able to give the people a lot more music and performance in for this benefit concert. So,
Mhm.
the sound system is foundation.
Mhm.
I love it because it's like it's where it all started,
Mhm.
just one beat and a mic and and a vocal,
All right.
So I actually love that culture still. And I think that South Africa, well, Soweto is in for something great, great.
True, true, my brother. Is there any specific thing that you are targeting by doing this benefit concert?
Well, the youths, for me, this is not a money gain for me. Like
Yeah,
like I said in the beginning,
yeah, you said
this
so.
this is like me giving back to South Africa. I know there's a fee at the gate, but
True.
all the monies are going to the foundations in South Africa that are going to help the youths in whatever way possibly can. You know, um, yeah, so I'm very excited about that to be given to the people. Like I mentioned, that's my full aim is to make sure that the people are fed, with music and shelter and education and everything and whatever part I can play musically. I always want to be on the battlefield for the people, So this is not a money gain for me.
Mhm.
I have, if there's 1,000, 1,000,000 people out there, I still don't know how much money made because that's not that. You understand? That is my ambition is to feed the people and to sing music that they love, and make sure that whatever monies are collected, that it goes to the right place. So this for me is something I'm doing from the heart, and I can't wait to see it manifest.
All right, young man. No, we give thanks for that, man, as South Africans. Then, is there any plowback that you're doing there in Virgin Island to the youths, just to uplift the youths there, man?
Oh, definitely. I am also right now planning a peace rally and a peace concert.
Mhm.
Um, for the last couple months, the violence has been on the rise,
Mhm.
and because I'm a business owner also now,
Mhm.
I have to think from both sides of the fence. I have to think as a peacemaker, as
Mhm.
Pressure Busspipe, the artist, Pressure Busspipe, the community man, and also the business owner. So, along with some other businesses in the area, we're putting together a peace rally, a peace concert for the people. And this is nothing new to Pressure Busspipe.
Mhm.
I'm always doing things for the youths. I'm in the schools, talking
Mhm.
with the children. I've been doing school tours where I went from school to school and perform for the youths them and educate them about myself and music and just life itself.
All right.
So I'm definitely um, one of those who find it as a responsibility to be there for the youths in my community and everywhere I could touch my hand and be there for the youths once it's within my divinity, definitely.
All right. So, are there any youths that you are grooming musically? Maybe you take them to your studio and record them to be artists.
Yes,
All right.
yes. Right now I'm working with so much youths
Mhm.
right now in my studio, which is right here in my house.
Mhm.
I don't know. I may have like 5 or 6 youths down there sleeping
All right.
because they've been up late, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working on music, and that's my job too. I love to see how I can help the youth from off of the streets. Not that they're homeless, but they could be on the streets doing something unproductive and
Mhm.
getting into mischievous things. So it makes me happy to see like how, I could really a youth can come to me and be like, yo, Pressure, I'm doing music, and then I turn on the internet, I see them promoting themselves, and then I have a place that they could record, and I share the love. I bring them to my house, let them use the studio, and next thing you know, they're making music, and I just look at everything, and I feel good about it. So definitely, at least right now, I have at least 6 or 7 youths that I'm working with hands-on in the studio.
Mhm.
They don't do reggae music,
Mhm.
but I don't encourage them to do what I want them to do. I want them to do what they want to do, and I could help them to channel their energies through that. Yeah,
Mhm. So, are there other genres besides reggae music that are there in the island?
of course.
Yeah,
Calypso is number one.
calypso.
Number one.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then um reggae,
All right.
you know.
Mhm.
So, but for me, reggae is number one. And then everything else after. But I come up in a community where calypso is the biggest thing. It's most dominated, you know.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then you have rap music. Everybody listens
All
to
right.
everything. I'm from an island that is owned by the US. So
Mhm.
we're very heavily United States um impact by music and culture, and we basically have everything America has,
Mhm.
plus the
Mhm.
sunshine and the beautiful beaches and stuff
So,
like that. So yeah,
all right. So, Virgin Island was also colonized by Britain, or
there is a British Virgin Islands that is
oh,
colonized by the British, and then you have the US Virgin Islands. I am from the US Virgin Islands.
or U.S. Virgin Island. All right. All right. All right. Now let's wait for you for that. Is it 29th in Soweto of September?
28.
28th September.
Yes.
All right. All right. Because even Burning Spear, have you heard that Burning Spear will also be here on the 18th of October?
Yes, I heard it's gonna be a big, big event. I wish I could be there.
When you hear, don't go back, go straight to that one of Spear and also perform there, man.
Yeah, man. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing, really. Now, your last words about this benefit concert that you are waiting there in Soweto. What's your last words on that benefit concert?
Yeah, it's about unity, it's about peace, it's about the youth, it's about uplifting where we come from, it's about seeing where we're coming from and knowing where we're going as a people. You know,
Mhm.
um, let's bring reggae music to the forefront, and let's bring back the love. Let's bring back the joy. You know what I mean? It's a
Mhm.
benefit concert. This is for you, South Africa, from Pressure Busspipe. And I'm so grateful for all the love that receive over the years, and not just this year since I came, but people from South Africa and throughout the whole Africa has been sending positive vibrations for many years, hoping
Mhm.
that I reach to Africa and reach to their country and stuff like that. And um, I'm so delighted that it started with South Africa, and the love is there. And here I am again to bring the people back more love and joy. Pressure
Mhm.
Busspipe in Soweto with the benefit concert. It's gonna be a boom. It's gonna be crazy. Trust that. If
All
you
right.
did miss the first time
Mhm.
in Soweto, you don't want to miss this time.
Yeah,
I
man.
promise you that.
All right. So, lastly, who were the forerunners there in Virgin Island in terms of doing reggae music? Before you
you
start
have
singing reggae, who were the ones who first sing reggae music there?
who first start singing reggae music there?
Yeah, there in the island.
Um, it's hard to say. I mean,
Okay,
none of them were popular. This
okay,
is before the internet. None of them really
okay,
um made it
okay.
off the island to get recognition off the island. I
Mhm.
would say the ones who got recognition from the
Yina.
island and throughout the world
Uh-huh.
is artists like myself. You have Vaughn Benjamin from Midnight. You
Okay.
also have Desiree,
Mhm.
and you have artists like Ras Batch, Ras Attitude, Apostle. Yeah,
All right.
those are the ones that if you check the Virgin Islands history, you would see these names for sure. You know?
Yes, Desiree, Von Benjamin, yeah, and Midnight. Those are artists that are well known here.
Yes, I.
All right.
Then you have Rima.
Rima.
Yeah.
All right, King Man. No, give thanks for your time, King Man. But I want to ask something. Are there any South Africans that are there in the Virgin Island?
I'm not sure if they are South African, but we have Africans there.
Africans, yeah, okay?
Yeah, we have Africans in the Virgin Island. We have
Okay.
African shops, and of course, the Africans run it. Like I say, the Virgin Islands is very wide
Okay.
in culture. We have people from all over living in the Virgin Islands, and that's what makes it a beautiful place.
All right. But the official language that is being spoken there is English.
English,
Yeah.
correct,
What
correct.
other languages that are there? Are there any other?
Spanish,
Spanish,
there's
French?
Spanish, there's
Okay.
French, there's
Okay.
Creole, and then different dialects of English, of
All
course.
right. All
Yeah.
right. No, me give thanks still, Kingman, for your time. Then we can't wait to see you there in Soweto. I'm in the eastern side of South Africa, in Eastern Cape, but I'll be there on that concert.
Definitely. Looking forward to seeing you.
All right. Now give thanks, me brother.
That's the far.
All right, masimbambe ngolo hlobo ke mntakwethu apho yena Pressure Busspipe simbamba kamnandi ngaphaya kwi-Caribbean Islands umphulaphula we-VCRFM uzivele ke izinto yinto esichubela ke ngapha nangapha umphulaphuli we-VCRFM masibambe ke ingoma elandelayo yona siyibamba phaya ku-Eric D esithi